Greetings everyone and welcome back to Kodak Reviews. I don't usually put a moratorium or warning before these things because I expect most of you to be an adult about this sort of thing. But seeing that this series is an adult series in general, I must throw the warning at you. This is an adult show featuring adult subject matter and sexual themes. If you are not of age, meaning 18 and up, do not watch this show. Do not watch this review. Because it's going to get very adulting here. Talking about topics that are not kid friendly. So, if you don't fit this age group, you've been given your warning and your chance to click out. Hopefully, there'll be something else more of your liking on the channel that will fit your age group, or something a little bit more tame than this. But this goes way too overboard. So, warning has been given. Okay, for those still here, welcome to the review of the second season of Netflix's dark sexual comedy, Big Mouth. Now, last year we reviewed the first season, which wait till the end of the video if you missed it to get to the first season review. And this would be the second time in about a month we've talked Netflix here. Of course, talking about season 5 of BoJack Horseman, in which we got very heated and very vocal. Now, for those not in the know, Big Mouth is a dark sexual comedy by the creative mind of Nick Kroll, who also voices the star character that is him. That's right. This crazy animated show is semi-autobiographical. Not in the ways of Life with Louie or anything like that, but it's pretty close. Talking about the goings-on, struggles, and stresses of early teenage puberty. If you recall, last season we were left on a cliffhanger. But first, let me give you the primer. The show centers around 4 or 5 main characters, if you really want to look at it. The aforementioned Nick, who hasn't necessarily gone through puberty yet, but wants to. His best friend, Andrew Gloverman, who is going through puberty, and puberty's whooping his butt hard. Not to mention, he's pretty well off. And their best friends, two females by the names of Missy, an over energetic but super smart African American, and Jessie, their close friend, who is also going through the puberty thing. Because it's an animated comedy, of course, they need guidance that we can see, but the rest of the world besides the kids cannot, in the form of their hormone monsters. Andrew has the overly funny, quippy, and entertaining one in Maurice, Jessie, however, has her own, who goes by the name of Connie, who is a fast-talking, almost sounds like your titular black stereotype, fast-talking, fast-acting, fast-quibicking hormone monster. With and of course, they have another friend, a magic loving but also pillow loving friend named Jay. It was Jesse and Jay at the end of last season that left us on a cliffhanger, running away from home and their distraught, dysfunctional families. Jesse's going through a divorce, and Jay's just not being all that fun to be around. The two of them decide to run away together, but soon find out that they can't stand being together or being away from home too long. Upon returning home, when the status quo kicks in, it's not so status quo. Mainly because the season does a good job at highlighting characters in the background, the other students in the school, from a new girl named Gina to the snooty Lola, to the now discovered gay Matthew, and even Coach Steve, a run-of-the-mill average character from last season, finally gets a miniature arc at the beginning of season 2, as we find out that Steve, well, hasn't done it before. Even as a sex ed teacher, he hasn't gone through actually having sex, which is hilarious in itself, but also kind of depressing. But you end up rooting for this guy when he finally ends up hitting it with, ironically, Jay's mother. And they, for a little bit, wind up the best of friends. However, on top of that, and the fact that Nick and Gina hit it off pretty well for a time, for Andrew and Jesse, though, things aren't so bright. In fact, they're only getting worse. Jesse's family is collapsing at the seams, and of course, as teenagers or kids do when divorce is a thing, we naturally blame ourselves. Andrew has done some pretty bad decisions. Those bad decisions are making him feel bad about some of the choices he's made. So much so that one of the pluses of season 2 of Big Mouth is the amount of new characters and new wrinkles that are thrown into this comedic mix. The biggest of which being the Shame Wizard. This singular character makes all of Big Mouth season 2 not only watchable, but laugh out loud hilarious. Why? Because the Shame Wizard has a British accent, and he is saying all the things that are in the kids' head. Not even the main characters are safe from this dude, and not even the side characters are. So much so, near the end of the season, he gets a song by the name of Glorious Shame, in which he spouts his reason for being there and just eats on everybody's delicious, glorious problems as one night while watching a lunar eclipse, everything that could be revealed and could be shamed does get shamed. But it also leads this character's undoing. But on his way there, he is a laugh riot, as are the hormone monsters. In fact, we are introduced to not one, not two, but, well, two. But if you really want to count the third being the older hormone monster, the one almost out of use, which is ironically Steve's hormone monster Rick, you are introduced to three hormone monsters. A tough as nails, straight up in your face, machismo filled monster named Gavin, which I hope to see next season. The small kid-like hormone monster formerly of Nick, Tyler, and of course the aforementioned. But those three aren't the only ones we're introduced to. In fact, we now know, due to the end of the season, that they have a whole world to themselves, do the hormone monsters do, each with their own rules and their own clients. But we also find out that it's all not about sex either. Other emotions, much darker emotions, are played even in this world. Most notably, depression, via the introduction of the depression kitty. Why? Because the depression kitty almost gets its mitts on Jesse. Almost. For a time, that is. Everything that has gone wrong in Jesse's life in season 1 is only compounded here. She decides to go through a bad girl phase that to grab attention, anger, and the like. Every one of the stages that you would normally go through while digging deeper into depression. Even at the end of it, telling Connie to go somewhere else. And their relationship is broken only for Connie to find a new client in Nick, who finally, at the end of season 2, begins his puberty adjacent. But everybody's dirty little secrets are revealed this season, from events from season 1 being further explored to even new, darker secrets, relationships getting broken off, cheating, self-doubt, body issues, both male and female. In fact, to me, Big Mouth Season 2 has two highlight moments in it. Real highlights. One being a song, and one being an entire episode. The first, the song being I Love My Body, an appreciative song sung by Connie telling women of all shapes, sizes, and creeds, and breast sizes to love themselves and the body they came with. A female empowerment song that is desperately needed in the modern society to change not only the social thought and taboo, but also giving women proper feminist power, not the artificial stuff. And trust me, Big Mouth does take a lot of shots this season at artificial feminism. But also, the women also get another add-on through the episode Planned Parenthood. And yes, Planned Parenthood as in the place. This episode, through a series of laugh out loud Saturday Night Live inspired skits, explains the entire job, roles, and many choices that a woman can make, not only in contraception and anti-STD measures, but the entirety of what Planned Parenthood as a building provides. And why, on both sides of the fence, why some people are against it, but also highlighting the positives and going one by one, detailing each. The skits are not only educational and funny, they're rather insightful for a man such as myself. And if that's the truth, it could also be insightful for women as well. Combine these two moments with a similar moment happening to Nick on the male side, and each side gets their empowering moments throughout the season. As far as the comedy goes, it's just as biting and just as funny, especially in terms of the hormone monsters, especially given the darker, unafraid, unabashful tones this season takes. They are really lighten the mood at times. But not everything ends happily. Everything more or less ends uncertain. Season 1 deals with the problems that come with puberty. Sexual urges, the need to know and learn about sex, and experiencing it all, and all the different feelings and romance. While this season is the flip side of the coin, talking about the dark side of puberty, all the negative emotions, negative choices, negative moments, and even negative taboos and problems that a person with puberty faces, but also has the gravitas, bravery, smarts, and the fearlessness needed to tackle all the issues, even to a minor extent. It's really rewarding to see character arcs get fully fleshed out. Characters that we didn't like becoming more likable or understandable. New antagonists and villains in a truly, although animated, a realistic portrayal of this time in life. It's a really refreshing. And this season totally succeeded in my number one goal coming out of the season one review, to see everything expanded upon. And I can't thank Netflix or Nick Kroll enough for having the bravery, writing chops, and getting it done. I can only hope there's enough people that are watching this review and this series enough to give it a season 3. Because at this point, much like BoJack Horseman season 2 did for it, this season of Big Mouth established it as a show to watch. Especially if you're looking for an adult comedy that actually treats you like an adult. No cutaway gags, no stupid stuff. Just great character, great writing, and even greater punchlines. That's why I am proud to give Big Mouth Season 2 the perfect 10. Yes, it's that good. Go out and watch this 10 episode second season. If not, watch the first season to get yourself familiarized with the brand of comedy first. But trust me, once you do, you will not be disappointed. One of Netflix's most underrated gems. I'm proud to say the show won me over. So, what are your feelings on Big Mouth? Don't be afraid to be an adult about it. Let's talk jokes. Let's talk spoilers. Let's hit it all up down in the comment section below. And until next time, find peace in your own nirvana. And thanks for watching.